finally he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? And he cried out because he felt the separation between him and God, him and the Father, because he had never felt that before. Because the pain, he didn't cry out. The mock trial that he had, he never spoke. He never cried out when it beat him with a cat of nine tails and exposed his spine and his ribs and some of his organs. He never cried out in pain until he felt the separation of God, when he became sin for each one of you and me. That's when he cried out, when he felt that separation. And the world was dark for 3 hours. And all the world, all these atheists and stuff, look into your research, do a little bit of history, go to China and go to Japan and go to Africa. All these cultures around the world recorded on that day there was a 3-hour eclipse. Never in the history of man has that ever happened. But one day they all recorded it. So I'm just telling you, he cried out because he felt the separation from the Father. That pain hurt him the most. And then he gave up the ghost and he died, and he defeated Satan, sin, and death on a weekend for you and me. So you have to know who he is, and then you have to know who he said you are. And then you can tell depression, and you can tell anxiety, and you can tell all these other things. No, I'm a child of God. And if God is for me, who can be against me? Okay? And you start doing like God, because he said that life and death reside in the tongue. If you keep telling people, I'm sick, I'm bad, I'm this, yep, you are. If you are what you say you are. And I'm a child of God. I am blessed. I am redeemed. I am covered by the blood of Christ. That's who I am. You know, like I said, if you knew me just a few years ago, you would not recognize me now. So I'm just telling you, you have to understand who he is and what